In this video, I'm going to be discussing my wife's green card interview. Keep on watching if you want to learn everything that happened. So as some of you know, my wife had DACA. She applied for advanced parole, then we had the interview. It was a process, and the first thing we did a few years back, we submitted the I-130 in about 2017. Shortly thereafter, we also submitted the I-601A waiver. The I-601A waiver was pending for years. They are backlogged. Seeing basically on the USCIS case processing times website that it would always go back. We just decided to apply for advanced parole once Biden opened it up. We would have applied earlier, but as I was in law school and I had debt, I did not have money to pay for an attorney. I did not want to risk it myself and have something go wrong. So because of that, we did not apply at that time. Even if we had applied at that time, who knows whether we would have gotten it different times. At the time that Biden opened it up, one of my wife's family members got very ill, so we decided to apply for an emergency advanced parole application. You can watch that video and more information up here. Thankfully, that day I believe it was that same day, we got the advanced parole document. And then the next day or 2 days later, my wife went to Mexico. She came back, we got the advanced parole, and with the advanced parole stamp, with the stamp saying that she had been paroled back, we applied for the adjustment of status. I believe it was 1 or 2 days after she came back, and we applied in about March 2021. And we submitted all the required documents, all the forms, everything that was needed. And then it was pending. We were waiting. Like I said, we had the I-130 approved in about 2017, 2018, and then we were just submitting the adjustment of status. Now, because she had that parole, she got that parole in. Before, when she didn't have that parole, we could not adjust status because she did not have an entry, a non-immigrant visa entry or a parole. But now, since she was paroled, we could do the adjustment of status. And for the adjustment of status application, we took everything that we submitted for the adjustment of status application. We took originals, marriage certificate, birth certificates, proof of citizenship, proof of legal permanent resident status. Since I'm a citizen, my birth certificate, my passport, if I was a resident, proof of that, right? On top of that, we took the medical examination, updated taxes, my wife's identification documents, all of that. The interview itself, it was pretty quick, maybe about 30 to 40 minutes. Like most interviews, they ask, for originals, they want to see, your identification documents. Aside from that, if you have any documents to change, to amend, things like that, also submit that. And then at the interview, verifying her identity, that, the person on paper was the person in person sitting in front of the officer. Once that was verified, the further questions were asked on the I-485 form, all those yes and no questions. Have you ever failed to file your taxes? Have you ever, been in removal proceedings? Have you ever, smuggled drugs? Ever brought someone into the U.S. illegally? All of those yes and no questions. Depending upon the officer, some officers may ask you all of those questions. Some may focus, on the common questions. For example, if you are from Latin America, it's possible that some people, entered the U.S. without papers, that maybe some have to do with drugs, stuff like that, removal proceedings, common questions. If you're from the Middle East, that part of the world, the officer, and these are biases, but from what I've seen, some officers will ask, hey, have you ever been a part of a terrorist organization? Those organizations still exist in Latin America, and they will likely ask them, but it's just different questions, right? For people that come from the Middle East, most of them probably do have a lawful entry. So the officer will not ask hey, how many times have you have you ever been here undocumented? Stuff like that. I wouldn't focus too much on what are they going to ask? What are they not going to ask? Just be prepared with whatever they ask. But yeah, the officer asked those questions. In the beginning, the officer, once he noticed oh, I'm the attorney, but I'm also her husband, went to go speak with a supervisor. I believe the reason he did that is because, usually if you're the petitioner and you are the beneficiary, the person that wants to get, papers, and the attorney, you know, they don't want the attorney to testify to facts, and basically like the roles are meshed. In the same sense, like if you're an attorney, you cannot also be the interpreter. You're either the attorney or the interpreter. You can't be both, because then you may yourself be like testifying to facts. They don't want that to happen. So I believe that's why he went to verify that. And yeah, towards the end of the interview, I mean, you know, the officer did ask about, you know, the I-601A waiver, whether there had been any movement on that. You know, we told him there had not been. And then the officer told us like, okay, you know, he would just need to verify some things, but we should get a response soon. I believe, you know, the reason he said that was just to verify that, you know, he could approve the green card while there was a 601A waiver pending. You know, it's not a common scenario. And I believe he wanted to verify that. The next day, you know, we got the notification, we checked online, it was approved. And then about like a week and a half later, we got the notice that the 601A waiver had been denied. There's no more need for the 601A waiver, right? And we got my wife's green card like about a week, about a week and a half later. And yeah, I mean, now, thankfully, she does not have to worry about that. She no longer has DACA. She can leave the US, you know, praise God. We're thankful. And if you learned something from this video, please let me know down in the comments. Hopefully it's helpful. I do have a version in Spanish, but you know, some people did ask for it in English, so here it is. If you learned something from this video, please let me know by subscribing. Don't forget to like this video.